Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome once again to another Buy the Dips, Sell the Rips video. And boy, you guys are fading another coin that we called here in the Buy the Rips, Sell the Dips video, almost ready to hit a 10x. Almost. We gave you this coin at 5 million. We told you the dip was juicy. It was time to get on. Right now, it's hitting almost at 40 million, about to hit 45. It's closing in there. Very, very close. So hopefully this does really well. And hopefully you guys locked in. Now, if you're tired of missing these guys, it's time for you guys to start paying attention. And let's dive in and check out what might actually start ripping this week. And let's dive into the first one. So the first one I want to mention, guys, is JOTCHUA. And I've been mentioning this for quite a while. And I'm telling you, I don't want the same thing that happened with Cupsy a few weeks ago, where we were in the same scenario and it ripped almost to a 10x. And the same thing that happened with Cat to happen to JOTCHUA. I'm telling you right now, possibility it could break all-time high, not financial advice. But if you're not locked in right now, you guys are going to miss out on this play. I think it theoretically should give you a 2x plus. So let's hope this actually starts ripping sometime soon. Now, with that being said, if you want to be catching daily runners at 10x, 20x, 90x, if you go to our X, Boltz Alpha's ready to go. Link down below to lock in. So I think this one's a pretty good buy here. Ideally, what we're looking at here, theoretically, is of course we would want to get that 1.2 bid. I don't think we ever see this 1.2 bid anytime soon. But possibility, you could see 1.3 to 1.4. 1.6 where it's at right now, it's still not bad. I think anything under 2 mil should theoretically still give you a nice little 2x. So we'll put it right here. We'll put like a 1.3 bid here. I don't think it comes down here, but if it does, I would say 1.35 to 1.45. That would be ideal. But right now where it's at, it's actually pretty good entry. Next one we have is Kins, and this one I'm mentioning because we gave you guys the entry here at 3.7 mil. Some of you guys might have missed it. So I want to readdress it just in case this 5 mil run up was kind of like, okay, we're just testing the waters. I think it might get another little dip here at this 3.7. I don't think the game meta is completely over. I think we're going to see a nice little resurgence. And this is the leader one when it comes to the game meta. So 3.7 is what I'm looking at. That's where now it started to take a nice little entry on this one. So you guys don't miss out on this particular play. The next one is a brand new one that we're going to be mentioning here for the first time. And this is CHIIKAWA. And this one is actually really, really interesting. Had a very slow start and it started ripping, went up all the way to 3.7 mil. Right now it's rocking at that 1.35. Not a bad entry, but of course we want to get it either below a mil or around that 1 mil range. So we're going to put here 900 would be the awesome entry here. To, of course, 1.16. So let me put this right here for you guys here. That's kind of what we're looking at here. We're looking at this 823 range to this 1.1 range. So that's where we want to get in, get a nice little position. I think it gets a nice little run up. It's actually some very cool art styles. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. The next one is a newer coin. And this is a little bit more, I would say, just a little bit on the riskier side just because it's newer. It is in the game meta, and currently right now it's at 600. Okay, so initially ran up to almost a mil. The reason I'm a little bit kind of skeptical on this one is just because of the supply control that it currently has right now. It's kind of like, I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I do like the idea. 600, not a bad bid, but of course 500 would be the best bid here in case we get a nice little dip here on this one again from this initial run. But anything, I would say anything below 6 should be pretty good, and just hopefully it runs up. The next one is one that I feel like a lot of you guys are going to look back at this mention right now that I'm going to mention, and you're going to be like, I should have listened, okay? And that is HEAVYPULP. Right now it's sitting at 1.6. Anything below 2 million on this coin, to me personally, I still think it will do very, very, very well, okay? So anything below 2 mil, right now it's at 1.68. It's on a nice little dip, nice little entry there. Or you could see if it comes down to this 1.4 and try to get a position there. And as you see here, guys, it hasn't come back down to 1.2. It didn't come down to 1.3. It's just kind of been hovering here at this 1.5 to 2 million range. So that's what I'm looking at for right now. The next one we have is another one that's a little bit on the riskier side of things. And from this point on, I'm just going to be mentioning some that are a little bit riskier. So these ones approach with caution because they could theoretically go up crazy or they could come down crazy as well. So we just want to make sure we get in the right position. CHUD, as you guys know, very, very popular, very famous meme. And one thing I would keep an eye on here, guys, is 700 is not bad. This is not a bad entry. This 700, because it's kind of on a dip, it might consolidate here a little bit. But I want to say anything between 5 to 700 would be a good entry here. This should give you a nice little entry bid here. And hopefully this runs up and, tries to test all-time highs. So that's what I'm looking at right here. The next one we have is called SLOP coin. And this is, I just like the name on this one. I think it's a newer coin as far as the sense of it being pushed up. But this one in particular looks pretty interesting. It's at 792, recently ran up to 1.5. But with that being said, I want to catch this in a dip. I don't want to buy it right now at 700. I would probably look for the same thing we talked about the other one, 500 to 6. I would say 500 to that 650, 700 range would be the ideal thing that you would kind of look for in this particular coin. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. This one right here, this SLOP coin. The next one we have, guys, is another one high risk as well. This is called TOMOCHI, and this, I think, it gets some good traction when it comes to the Asian market. This currently right now, the pretty much the chart looks dead. Okay, it looks completely dead. So what I'm gonna say is, don't bid right now. It's at 500. Wait to see if this comes down to 400, 300. I might even say 300, and then take a bid and maybe it resurges. But this one's a very risky one because it does look like a very dead chart. Okay, and the last one I want to mention, guys, is this one called 3Place. Super risky play, but it's at a range where I think theoretically might do something. Okay, so we're looking for an entry of a 185 to 200. That's kind of what we want to get in here to see what it does, and hopefully it does really well here. But ideally, this is the other one. Now, I have another riskier play that we're going to mention inside the Boltz Alpha. Plus, we're going to get some crazy clicks in there. So if you guys don't want to miss a crazy hot August with a bunch of X's, make sure you check out Boltz Alpha. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, if you want to watch these videos early, Boltz Alpha, we get it 24 hours early so you guys can buy the dips before they start ripping. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.